everybody. Thanks for joining us for PIK Presents Live from the Knitting Wars. I'm Deplorable Knitter. This is the lovely Ann Pinkova. We're joined by Carol Brown, Polka Dot, and Annie, a stitch in the sky. It's a full house today. Everybody was excited. Well, not excited, but since we are taking a slight hiatus, the whole crew came out for us. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Happy to be here. I felt bad because I wasn't here last time.
That's okay. We understand that people sometimes have like other things to do.
What?
It's all right.
They do?
It's not just hanging out here with us. Can you believe it?
What?
Carol would hang out and crochet all day.
I would.
All of her shawls.
I would love to make more shawls. I'm actually taking a break from shawls to make a little crochet succulent for Epic Mike's children.
Yep, you said that. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I've never made one.
They're pretty easy. They don't take a long time, except for today when I decided to use sock yarn because I hate my life, but it's going to be for a small child, so it's worth it.
So the tiniest, the most delicate of crocheted succulents.
Yes.
It'll be lovely.
Yes.
Very good. So, what's up, everybody? What are we working on? We know Carol's making succulents. What about you, Polka Dot? What you got going on over there?
Well, I don't know, someone's mowing the grass, so hopefully you guys can't hear it.
It's all right.
I had an idea a while ago, and it was approved by my design consultants, which are both of my nieces. They said that it was a great idea. I'm making these little ice creams. So this is a little kitty one.
Is that the blue one? No, it's
the purple one.
Okay.
So I'm working on these little guys. I already have too many of them, so I'm going to need people to take them off my hands. Initially, I wanted them to stack, like an ice cream scoop goes on top, but I'm working on figuring out how to get it to attach and not look silly. So we'll see if I can actually do it. But I'm doing kitties. This one I did before is like a Neapolitan little bear.
It's amazing.
So, yeah, and I'm doing also a puppy and a dinosaur. So we'll see if I can actually make it all happen before my next show.
When's your next show?
Next month sometime. Yeah, beginning of next month.
A little bit of time.
A little bit, but like you know how I'm sure it happens to everybody. You have an idea, and then all of a sudden you have more ideas, and then all of a sudden you want to make other colors, and then it's like, oh well, if I have 5 of these, I have to have 5 of those, and then if I have 5 of those, I have to have another, and then all of a sudden you have like 30. Editing is pretty much the biggest challenge right now.
So we'll wondering if we should wade into the mint chocolate chip controversy. Some people are really for it, some are really against it.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna try to incorporate like different ice cream like flavors. So we'll see. I think the chocolate ones are going to be for the dog, I think, because I want to use like browns and stuff, but I will use some green. I do have like a cute minty color that I was going to like incorporate with that, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I said it in the private chat where we all get together to decide who's coming. But last night, one of my kids was having a terrible day, and we were just scrolling Instagram together, and we came on Polka Dot's page, and we were like watching the Franklin video. She's got a little character named Franklin. What is he, a hedgehog?
Yeah, hedgehog.
Yeah. And he does like these little films, and then there were like little chicks that were like dancing around. And I got to tell you, my kid had been in this mood for several hours, just really bad mood, off and on, like teary. And those videos got him out of the funk, and they were so much happier after that. And so very, very cute. If you've never, like, I see Polka Dot's posts and stuff, but I've never like really gone through her page, like stuff that I've missed and stuff. And there are some really, really fun little videos on there. And if you're having a bad day, or if you're not having a bad day, you should still go watch them. But they're really good for a bad day in case anybody needs it. So just so you know.
That's good to know. I hope today was a better day for him.
Yeah, no, today was much better. Sometimes you just get in that mood, and it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter. You're just in that mood. We all do it.
I totally get it. sometimes it's like no matter what you do, I always say it like it's like poopy, like everything, no matter what you try, it doesn't work. This doesn't work. You can't find something, but it's good to have accounts, and I'm flattered that anybody would think my account would give them a good day. So that's nice.
Well, there's something special about like stuffed animals dancing. And then Anne got my kids the set of the little boy and girl that you had at Christmas time.
Oh, okay.
So they were in a video, and then my kid was like, "Hey, that's mine. Mine's in the video." And so then, it was just, how could you not be happy, right? So
that's very sweet.
Oh, Neil's not happy. Neil, when this is done, go watch Polka Dot's videos. He's got a hay fever headache, and he's feeling grumpy, so he's not coming. Sorry, Neil. Feel better. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
So.
Time to sting yourself with nettles. What? Apparently, if you sting yourself with nettles, it confuses your system and you don't get hay fever.
Does that work?
Really?
Some people say it does. Instead of natural poisoning, do it a different way.
I don't get hay fever, so I couldn't tell you personally. But I would try it if I did.
I mean, yeah, why not? Oh, Anne got lost for a minute.
Oh, man.
So self-flagellation isn't on my wish list, Annie. But what are you working on, Annie? What have you got over there?
I'm on my Halo.
Oh, it's pretty. Oh, I like that a lot.
It's so beautiful. It's
lovely color.
Yeah, well, that's just it's the yarn's Dundaga. And it changes color.
I love it when the yarn does all the work. It makes it so easy.
Yeah, it's very rustic, really, and it's got lots of bits of planting.
Yeah, but if you go downstairs,
I keep coming across bits. It's not plied, but it hasn't broken. It's I'm hoping it'll soften when I block it.
They usually do to an extent.
Yeah.
So.
Are there, sorry, I'm sorry to mean to interrupt you.
Sorry.
It's so bad. Are like the yarn that you have where it's changing colors, is that a particular brand? Because I notice a lot of the ones that I find whenever I crochet with it, it looks lovely in the skein, but then when I crochet it, it's like not consistent. It just comes out like weird. Like it's like choppy, or unless it's my tension that's the problem.
It depends what you're making, and it depends on how big the bands of color are. You see, this changes color slowly.
It's a really slow one.
So it gives you those nice slow bands of color.
You might have something that has shorter repeats, which makes it look more muddled.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'm so tempted by like the ones that are like really nice, pretty colors. Spicy nugget. I'm always tempted by those, and sometimes I buy them, and then no matter what I try to do, unless it's like a straight big square of something, it just always looks kind of like wrong. It just never comes out right.
Yeah.
No, this has come out nicer than I expected, I must say.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really pretty. Anne, are you knitting something? Is it just your blanket you said?
It's just my blanket. I am in that weird in between because I have this upcoming trip, and I'm trying to figure out what to take along with that, and it probably won't be much for knitting. So whatever big project I especially don't want to start. So anyways, all that to say, I am hoping to finish more of my blanket because the sooner that is done, the better. Which is not very exciting to show, though. I do have some hats sitting here. And now Neil's not on, so I can't talk to him about his hats that I was test knitting. Not that I could not physically text him normal people things, but anyways.
Yep. So I was saying beforehand, and I don't know if our friends in the comments have a plan. I need a small project that's very quick that I want to try to finish by Saturday. Any recommendations? Because I haven't made anything in like 3 weeks. And so I need a little jump start.
Need
Can be
something to
knit or
get out.
crochet. I just need something quick and happy. And like I was looking through Black Magazine, I almost decided to make one of Anne's hats, but then I didn't. But it's not that I didn't want to. It's just that it's a beret, and I know I won't wear a beret. And so, yeah, Kat says hat, but I guess I need a, what pattern should I do? I make a lot of my own, and so what pattern should I do? Something to get me going. Hey, Amy.
Amy.
Hi.
A beanie for babies. Yes, Adam, that's exactly what I should make.
It's
A
already
love for the
sunshine
baby
world
hat.
where you live. It's like summer for real.
What?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah. Hence the. Yeah. I'm not just trying to be saucy. I'm trying to not be in pain.
Oh.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going.
Barbara
Who's on here?
Walker top-down hat.
I don't have my glasses on. Annie? Polka dots? Caro. And good old
Wear glasses?
Ann. I normally do wear glasses, yeah.
Really?
Well, not on here.
Okay. I was going to say, am I just crazy? Like, I know Anne looks wrong without hers, but am I just not missing that you should have them?
Because I only wear them really for like distance. I'm at that age
okay.
where I would need like trifocals, and I give up and I just go like this. So see.
My husband has started to have to wear them when he works on his computer, and he looks quite handsome, but he's not a big fan of it.
I have driving glasses. So I'll drive myself to the gym or something, and then I'm like this with my phone when I get there. So I can't see my phone properly.
I'm nearsighted, so I actually have these glasses that I wear all the time, but because you guys are so close, I don't wear them. But it's really fascinating because when I go out into public and I have my Clark Kents with me, nobody knows who I am. Just disappear.
Just fade right into the crowd.
Yeah. It's like, no, that can't be Kara. She's got glasses on. It's like, wow, this like really works.
That's funny. Okay, let's see.
No, I'm like legit blind, so I can't. Y'all are just like a blur. I don't really see anything. I'm like 2200 blind.
I have okay eyesight, but all of a sudden, like my husband handed me something and it was very small print. And then he's like, here are my glasses. And I needed them. And I was like, shit, this is not good. I'm going to be 42 in a couple days. So I guess that's the signal. That's the plan.
Yeah. My husband hit 45 and he was like, this sucks. I can't see anything.
Yeah. Miss Sheepy says she wears her glasses to shower.
Wow.
Do you need them? Oh, where's the shampoo? Oh, so you really, really can't see.
Oh,
that's hard.
She needs like those prescription goggles like George had in Seinfeld. That's what she needs.
How funny. Let's see. Okay, so you know how I've been wanting to make all the sweaters? Maybe not everybody does, but I've really been wanting to make sweaters. I also have a shawl I want to make.
Go for it. Come on.
Yeah. Are you telling us to get you to not do it? Because this is not that kind of channel.
No, but I just
group of enablers.
I think that everybody should come and check for the pod under my bed because I don't know who I am. I don't want to make any hats.
Well, if
I want to make a shawl.
If you wanted to make socks, we'd be a little more worried.
I mean, I did teach a sock class though, and nobody was concerned about that. So
you don't like making socks, right? Yeah.
No, I'd rather do many, many other things than make socks.
Oh, not to interrupt your knitting, but I do want to give, because I know Caro is invested in Minecraft Land.
Minecraft Land?
Tell me what happened on your server.
So,
I'm ready.
In my Minecraft, poor Polka Dot and Annie probably can't find.
Oh no, I Minecraft.
So, in my Minecraft server land, the evil queen went on the Minecraft news media to explain why the mediums were so necessary. But
please tell me that you recorded this.
Yes, I did.
I have no idea what's happening. Is this a conversation
This is our way of talking about real
it-
events in a video game
Yeah,
setting. So it's
in my
allegedly
Minecraft server where the
Okay.
bottle tree and the birdhouse and the mediums were, remember? With the crazy
Yeah,
lady?
when the neighbor took money from the rest of the neighbors in order to beautify the medians, and it was really ugly, and she
and
took
it was
out
just
the
and it was
plants
just
and
like
put
some
stupid ones.
bottle graphics that were just like slapped around, right? Like it was poor quality. Like they tried to mod this server and they didn't mod it very well at all.
No.
Well, guess what? On one of the roads in Minecraft serverland, it is smooth sailing and there's no bumpy mediums in the way. It is concrete and gone.
Oh.
So, one round out. And if you would like, there's some beautiful yarn by Tina from Owenneth Yarn and Fiber called The Day the Mediums Died.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice. I've just seen that tonight.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to message me and we will explain.
No, I enjoy the coded way that we talk about.
I knew that Kara
events.
was invested in this drama.
I'm always invested.
There's nothing better than someone else's drama.
You know what? It's true
That is
though.
true.
Like I know I kind of sit here quietly like a lot, but when you guys are telling me about what's going on in like your neck of the woods, I'm like, I feel better. Like it's not just me. Like it's
So victory is indeed mine.
I'm so proud. You're gonna get that player out of that server, or at least quiet down. They need a new quest. That's what they need to do. Like they need to focus on something else.
Yes. A little scared though what it could be though. I mean,
it's gotta be better than modding the server.
Was all of that worse when it was kind of lockdown times? Did you suddenly become aware of neighbours that you'd not really realised were there before? That were an absolute nuisance, because we did.
It was roughly, honestly, all this has been going on so long. It has been since 2022.
Right.
That's how long it's been going on. So yeah, it did kind of sort of come out of COVID, but
it's an old server. It's been around.
It's an old server, yeah, but it's kind of my fault. Because I said, hey, let's decorate these medium things. And then it snowballed into a hell that no one anticipated. So,
Annie, we have really bad neighbors, and it's part of COVID. Yeah. I think that it's like a thing that happened. Like people didn't have an outlet, and then they all just became raging idiots. Yeah. So, I don't know.
I think when people could busy themselves doing whatever they do from day to day, normally in normal life, then everything's fine.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Our council stopped cutting the grass, and there was dandelions everywhere, and it looked absolutely beautiful. But one of our neighbours decided that she was going to go around and collect money off everybody, and put her own weed killer down on big grass verges that we all use without permission.
That sounds familiar.
Crazy. Yeah, but it's a bit familiar, isn't it?
That's about how it went, yeah.
And then she thought she'd carry on until I blasted her. So she doesn't do it anymore.
I mean, that's good at least.
Yeah, that didn't stop my queen bee. She just went crazy and blocked everybody and just kept doing her own thing.
I call her the Grinch.
I don't really call her Queen Bee, but to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, nicknames for neighbors.
In Minecraft land, there's nicknames.
Yeah.
The best nicknames are the ones you don't know you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What world happened here?
I don't know. I got excited. I thought you were talking about like actual Minecraft. I was like, "Oh, video games, really?" And like, "Oh, I'll just be quiet here, cutting my back." No idea.
I mean, I'll talk video games with you if you want.
Oh yeah, she'll talk video games all day long. I just use it as a helpful.
Are you playing Oblivion? Anybody?
No, everybody I work with plays it, so I'm like living vicariously through them right now.
I'm not playing it. My husband is. I am so hooked on this game. I want to start it, but I don't want to get into it so much that I do nothing else. But it is so good. It is totally worth it.
What kind of game is it?
It's a RPG And there's different classes and there's different guilds, and it's just this huge world of.
So is it kind of along the lines of like my husband does Elder Scrolls and Skyrim and that kind of deal?
It's part of the Elder Scrolls series.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. Very good.
I think he was talking about that. He's probably been playing it, and I don't know. But that's okay.
It's if you start like watching and like paying attention to the dialogue and stuff, the writing's actually really good. Like for a video game, it actually isn't something you just want to keep skipping to get to the good part, or like to just whack things and hit things. It actually is. It's something. It's quite good. You have to make decisions on who are you going to kill, if you're going to kill them at all, and are you going to align yourself with these people versus those people. So I guess similar to the Minecraft that you guys are talking about, but in video game land.
Like actual real video games.
Actual real.
Yeah.
I was watching a little bit of someone's playthrough, and it was like, whoa, is that Patrick Stewart? Is that Sean Bean?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Really? I'll have to ask him about it, because the video game is in the downstairs, and so when he goes and plays, I'm usually doing something else with like the children, or not being with anybody, because those times are also fun. So, but that's interesting. I'll have to ask him about it.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I am not a big gamer. The extent of my games are like Animal Crossing, and I haven't played that in forever.
Animal Crossing is cute. Stardew is cute. Minecraft can be cute depending on how you play it.
I play Stardew.
Yeah, every time I play Stardew, I go for Harvey every time because he's got the good breakfast.
Well, my favorite right now is there's a game called Vampire Survivor. It's like bubble wrap to me. I'm so addicted to that game. It's challenging, but it's not, because all you do is move up and down, left and right. You don't actually make decisions on who to hit. Like there's certain weapons and all this kind of stuff. But that is a very quality game. It was made by one guy too.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I haven't been able to play anything lately. It's just been too busy. Kat says a couple of comments ago, she was saying that there's this person named Nitty Professor. Has anyone watched the Nitty Professor channel? And then she says she knows how to defeat Maga with knitting.
Okay.
And I thought somebody followed me called Nitty Professor, but it must not be the same person.
Is that like we're fighting the patriarchy kind of thing?
I'm not sure. Nobody watches Nitty Professor, I guess. Oh, I meant to take that comment down. Sorry, friends. It's been a day.
How do you defeat Maga with knitting? What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, I defeat woke with my knitting, but it's hard to say.
Defeat the patriarchy with knitting, I guess. I don't know. Which I still never understood how they did that. So,
did they?
No.
Oh, okay. When did that happen?
I think they tried real hard, but
like, if you're knitting to defeat the patriarchy, aren't you like being part of the system still? Like,
valid question.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I respect the stance. I just don't understand the method.
Well, see, it's kind of like how Rage Against the Machine was raging against the machine, but they were the machine. Turns out.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it.
Now they're like, the machine says, get your shot and sit down and be quiet.
Exactly. The machine told me what to do, so you guys better do it.
We rage against it because we love it.
Exactly, yeah.
I just need attention. I'm going to thrash around.
Yeah, exactly. I always thought they were not the best. I remember when they came out and it was a huge deal.
Like, I didn't like them.
But
I always find bands and groups to be very interesting because, like, the music that makes them very popular. I mean, you know, Marilyn Manson, you know, what's he got to be upset about? He's like a millionaire in a rich house with like hot women around him. And he's going to be like, I lost my sock in the sock drawer. Like, that's all he's got now.
Right.
And he's still touring.
Is
Oh
he?
yeah,
Really?
that's how they
Yeah.
make money. Yeah.
Well, yeah. How old is he now?
Old.
He's got to be up there, no?
Gotta be like 60, huh?
At least, right?
Because I'm 45, and I remember when he came out, and he's older than me. So
Yeah.
by
I know
a good bit,
Ozzy's
I
still
think.
touring too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper too. He's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did I had one concert where it was Rob Zombie and Oz at the same place, which was really cool. It was super cool. But what was really funny was that like we were Zombie's first destination. He just wasn't like feeling the tour because he was just kind of like walking out there being like, yeah, you know, blah blah blah. But by the end of it, he was like, fuck yeah. And then Zombie came, and then Ozzy came out, and he was just like, you could tell when it was kind of scary for us because he would come out and be like in the mood, and then he would be like looking around very confused, and we were like, oh, yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my concert story.
Cool. Helen Angel says some of these people should have retired, and now it just seems like elder abuse. Yeah, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy seems a little bit like Biden.
Yeah, like
just wandering about.
Yeah. That guy that they keep traipsing around who man, it was that song that was huge in Greece. Oh, you know who I'm talking about? And videos like went around of him from like last year, and he like literally standing up there like, and the guys are all dancing behind him. Oh man, you know who it is. You know the song.
I believe you.
And Marilyn Manson is only 56, which seems wrong to me.
What?
Just yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's an old singer. Oh, come on, Anne.
Rick Astley?
No. This
I'm
guy's like
kidding.
old. He's like 90.
I don't.
Oh, I think I know who you mean. I don't know his name.
And it was did like the Grease song, like Grease is the word, is the word. Who's that guy?
Apparently, somebody Google it for us. Who's the guy who sings "Grease is the word"?
Yeah, hold on.
As soon as you say it, it's gonna. I want to say Frankie Valli.
Frankie Avalon.
Frankie Valli was in it, wasn't he? He was on the album. I think I know the album word for word.
I think it.
Oh yeah, no, it's Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli. Okay.
Balance.
And then videos of him like last year he was on tour, and he's literally like barely standing there mumbling, and they're clearly playing like the soundtrack, like he's not singing at all. And then the young guys are dancing around him, and he's like wandering. You look like Biden at like an event, you know, but like on tour.
That's sad.
And they're like doing one more concert. I was like, let the man go to his nursing home.
Yeah, he's tired. He deserves a break now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let him have a nap and a pudding cup. He's fine.
Like,
Ian keeps freezing. Oh,
My internet's very bad. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Mine was bad earlier, but maybe the tornado warnings are past now. It's hard to say.
Mine always glitches when I'm on here. I don't know. It's probably just me. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Am I the only one who hates being called what?
Being called what?
No, I don't. Yeah, say what exactly?
I'm not sure.
I'm confused.
What are you talking about?
I can't see the chat. So I don't know.
Okay.
I was reading a comment.
Totally to take an even more left turn than that about music and stuff. Okay, so I went to an opera on Sunday. That was pretty awesome.
Neat.
It was called Giants in the Earth, and I knew nothing about this. I'd never heard of this before. Apparently, it was book, didn't know that. This was in the 50s, no idea. And the only intro I had to this is like, oh yeah, it's Giants in the Earth. It's about Norwegian settlers. I'm like, okay, that's cool, nice, all right. So the story was, it starts out and you got this Norwegian couple and they're like, hey, our buddies are late. What's the problem here? They were supposed to be here a week ago, and they're like, oh, it takes time to get all the way from Norway on wagon train. But the guy, Per Hannah, he wanted this more than anything. But I bet his wife slowed him down. I bet she turned back, and they're like, oh, some people aren't strong enough. Like, it's all right though. They're coming anyways. There they are. Yay. So this entire opera was she gets there. the quiet and the stillness and the aloneness drives her insane. She decides that this place is cursed, it is cursed by God, it is forsaken by God, and she does this like weird switch back and forth between, no, it's okay, I love my husband, everything's great, and we're gonna die and we should leave before we are damned. And it's like this switch for the entire opera. 10 out of 10, fantastic. It was a great
Wow.
time.
It kind of
What's it
sounds
called
like a
again?
fever dream.
Yeah. What is it?
Giant in the Earth is what it was called, and they recorded the performance that we were at. We drove to Sioux Falls. It's on PBS now, so you know, if you want a little South Dakota public broadcasting, just like the good old days where you could watch an opera and go, "What was that?" Music was great. Really great performances.
Your
and
good old days
like
are very
dramatic
different
plays about
than-
crazy people.
Than my good old days, Anne. Think about.
Yeah. Well,
You didn't watch
Caitlin,
great performances on PBS?
I
I
used
did
to
not.
watch a lot of stuff on PBS. We don't have it anymore, though.
I miss
So
PBS.
yeah.
We have it, but I
Alright.
didn't. The last thing I watched on great performances on PBS was David Tennant did not a serial killer, but a murder miniseries. I forgot what it was called, but it was really, really, really good, and he was shirtless in it, so that's why I watched it.
I don't think David Tennant looks good shirtless. Like Tom Hiddleston, you're like,
he
honey,
pulled it
put
off
that
in
suit
this
back
one.
on. So
So.
strange.
Yeah, this was before his like, you got to go through me first stage, so he had a little more muscle on him.
Oh, okay.
But it was a very
Right.
good show.
There's
But
way
that's not stuff.
more attractive men than David Tennant to be had.
Yeah, I don't know about him. I just used to like watching the Antiques Roadshow, and
Yeah.
I'm sad that I don't have that anymore. Because I'm a 110-year-old woman in a 40-year-old woman's body, so
They do have it on YouTube.
I was about to say, do you have a Roku? Because I'm pretty sure there's like a Antiques Roadshow channel on Roku or something like that.
yeah.
Also,
Amazon
to
and
speak for Annie's Nation, you should totally watch British Antiques Roadshow, because I was used
Yes.
to American Antiques Roadshow, and they're like,
yeah.
this plastic toy is from the 1950s. And then British Antique Roadshow is like, this is a 400-year-old family Bible. And they're like, everyone has one of those. They're like, oh, and here is this antique wooden bench from Queen Anne's time. And look, they've made a miniaturized version for their Victorian dollhouse. So their house looks exactly like the furniture. It's like, yeah, that's not really worth that much. And you're watching it, what?
I like to watch both of them. I like to watch the American one because, I mean, come on, it's more realistic. And then I like to watch the British one because I'm like, I'll never have that in my house ever. So that's neat. You know, it's a little bit of both.
There's quite often things on ours that have been bought at charity shops and boot sales, haven't they, for like 50p, and they're worth
Wow.
hundreds or thousands. I haven't got anything like that yet
No.
that I know of.
I never find the right things at the thrift shops. They're always, I never get the good stuff.
My dad
It
had all
depends on
kinds
where
of
you
junk.
go.
He had that
Yeah.
What was that show where the two guys? One of the guys recently died. Where they would.
American Pickers.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
so he kicked them off of not them, because they obviously don't send the stars out, but he kicked the scouts out of his yard. The scouts came by and they were like, "Hey, sir, would you like to be on American Pickers? We really like this stuff on your porch." And one of them was like he had an antique Coke machine. He's like, "Out of my yard!" I'm like, "Dad, dude,
Could have been famous.
you're famous and
And just
more
because you
money."
let them in doesn't mean that you tell them anything.
Right. I'm like, we could have at least seen what they would pay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Get out of
Some
my
people
yard.
are like that with their collections. Like even in like comic shops, sometimes you go in there looking for something, and it's whoever's behind the desk makes it feel like you shouldn't even be like you're lucky to be in there. You shouldn't look or buy anything. That's just
I've been to a
Some
couple
folks.
stores like that before.
yeah.
Excuse me. Goodness.
I was looking straight at you, Carol, but not because you were eating. I was reading what your title said. It's so small, and I don't have my glasses.
I don't know. I can't see it either. What does it say?
It says lead
Lead boss.
bossy pants.
Oh.
Well, because every now and then I do a stream for work, and they were like, "Yeah, put your super serial title in there." So I just said I was lead bossy pants on there because all I do is boss everyone around, right?
Yeah.
And nobody argued, and so like even like yesterday when I had to do like a semi formal stream, I forgot that the title was there, so I was introduced as lead bossy pants, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna own it.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's what I do.
And here, Amy, Hallowed Angel agrees with your dad, kind of. She says she hates strangers at her house, so she gets it. I mean, I get that too.
I know, but he was poor, and he could have sold the Coke machine, and at least
yeah, but it was his Coke machine.
It didn't work.
Man, stop.
I'm pretty sure it's still sitting there. I don't know if it's still sitting there or not. I even tried to contact them. I even emailed the people. I was like, "Can you come back?"
And they never. The Coke machine. Help us.
Come back. Come back.
He just. Sorry, I'm having a dog moment here.
It's all good. So, man.
I saw a video earlier this evening popped up, and it was a designer who's designed crochet socks, and she sells her patterns on Etsy, and somebody had chosen to do a crochet along with her pattern and then was really awful about the pattern.
Oh, was that Olga?
Yes.
I think Neil was gonna maybe cover that block. I can't remember. I think he and I were gonna make the socks, and I don't remember what the deadline for that was. Neil, if you're listening, I don't know if you're still doing that. Because I bought the pattern because it was and then they got mad at the name of her sock. What was it, thick socks or Bigfoot socks or
chubby socks?
Chubby socks, yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
I thought we were okay with chubby. Why is that a bad thing now? I thought chubby was cool.
It's not, is it? Plus, she'd emailed them and everything. They hadn't asked her for help, but she'd watched the video and then offered them help, and sent a big comment, put a big comment on the video explaining how to adjust the sock pattern. And,
I thought she was very gracious and nice.
Yeah. So she's made a video about it herself, which just popped up tonight. I was watching it tonight.
Sorry.
No need, is there? Who's gone?
Anne. Her internet's been having issues tonight. I know people prefer to crochet over knitting, and that's fine. And I hate to knit socks, but I also think I would equally despise crocheted socks. So I don't know what the answer is here, but they seem like they would
Neil
be too
looked at the pattern. He
textured.
Did say construction was very interesting and well done. It's a paid pattern, but without going into it, he did say it would be worth it. He said to try.
Yeah,
but a lot of good reviews apparently.
I don't know.
I just like
the whole it. I think that they would be too
bumpy.
Thick. Yeah, bumpy. Exactly, textured, something.
Bumpy and chubby.
Sorry, I can't drop this puff. The tree sperm is everywhere, and it's killing me.
I know. We had a horrible cold. My kids were sick for a month, and now I've been sick for a good 2 weeks. And I'm sure that the pollen isn't making anything better.
Yeah.
Hallowed Angel says she crocheted first, and that's why she learned how to knit, because she didn't want to make the socks. And I agree. I'm with it.
Me too.
Yeah.
That is literally why I learned how to knit. But yeah, but she has a ton of patterns. Hundreds of patterns.
All right.
So she has a ton of stuff. So she seems to be a very prolific, well done designer, so.
Oh, here you go. We're making them for the Bigfoot issue, January 2026.
All right, I got time. All right.
Got it. Time.
Got it.
Yep.
See, that's why I keep him around.
He does seem to know what's going on more than some of us.
And his magazine.
More than me for sure.
He's very wise. He's very wise. I think we're still supposed to be part of his harem, or did that change? Does he not have a harem anymore?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Remember, we got busy Googling a harem, and I don't know if we decided anything.
Neil, are we your harem?
Google terms and conditions, and then we're like, maybe not.
That was a weird rabbit hole.
Are there health
we
benefits?
keep Neil around because I don't think that there are, unfortunately.
Is there insurance? Is there disability?
Dental?
No.
Yeah.
But we keep Neil around because he knows the knitting. No,
no yarn. Oh
no, it's
I'm leaving.
Well,
it's not a lot of perks to it, unfortunately.
No, this kind of sounds like a crappy harem. I'm just saying.
I'm finding another harem to be part of.
I mean, you hang out with all the comic book people. There's got to be another one around. Maybe not. They don't know enough women.
No, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like the people in the comic sphere are some very freaky people. I mean, look at some of these like superhero outfits for like ladies. I mean, like, were you did you have a fetish before you drew comics, or did you develop one after you started? Because like it looks like it happened at some point.
Yeah, I don't want a sexual harem. I just want one like where we like I don't have to pay insurance, house insurance, and we play with yarn and not each other. That's it, just the yarn.
Yeah. And I don't want to.
I mean,
yeah. When I said friends with benefits, I meant a 401k. I mean, like I don't. Oh, whoa.
I want actual benefits.
No, I want actual 401k benefits. I don't want.
Oh, gracious.
That's a very good joke, Anne. That's very like classic, like
well done,
like Rodney Dangerfield, like one of those types. It was very good.
Aw, thanks. I try.
I mean, I know I have a little thing that says I'm a blocked what did he call us? Media. He gave us a media badge, but I haven't got the benefits package information yet. So just wondering when that's going to be.
I could have done putting my badge on this weekend.
You should have.
Where are you going?
Shouldn't get on the topic, but I went to a pro-trans protest.
Oh, really?
But I wasn't with them.
I'm glad you made it out alive.
Because when we do let women speak and we try to speak, they always turn up and try and drown us out with sound.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we've had this Supreme Court ruling, they're out protesting on the streets. Mm-hmm. And we aren't turning up and drowning them out. But we did go along to observe, and I took my camera to take pictures of them and their signs, just in case they said things like decapitate TERFs and things like that.
Right. Yeah, it's good to get
the sort of thing they might. There was one guy that said his tummy hurt and he's angry at the government.
Oh my goodness!
Spell government right.
Well, take some Pepto-Bismol, find your balls, and get over it.
And there was people with masks on staring at me. There's a couple of lads that were pretty tall. Well, I'm assuming they were lads. Yeah, one of them definitely was. I wasn't sure about the other one. You know, with the Antifa, like trying to be like Antifa with all the black on. And they were like staring at me like this. While I was taking photos. So I just went over and stood next to them instead.
Nice.
But I ain't intimidated.
I thought that you weren't allowed to say things that went against what the government says. So if the government says that women are women, then how can these people be out there not being arrested? Isn't that, I mean, right?
It's a protest. They still do protests out there.
No, if you're the people who shout the loudest, you'll get away with it, basically.
Okay.
Because
for a long time they couldn't say that, men aren't women, but now the people can go and say the opposite and it's okay. That makes sense. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Patriarchy.
Yeah, they say one thing and do another, our government, so it's just like,
yeah.
If we'd gone and shouted and caused a chaos at their event, then it would have been us that would have been arrested.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But we're not really in the habit of doing that anyway.
Neil explains it in one sentence. They have a literal get out of jail card.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what's happening. So many
If
of
I had
the
had my press badge that Neil did, I could have had that on and confused them.
Yeah. Then they would have been like, what is happening? What is this thing?
Where are you from? Blocks magazine.
The real magazine.
Neil would have gotten an influx of people trying to mass report him for being hateful. So
yeah, perhaps best.
that'd be good.
reporting the news.
I thought Anne said something. So, well, that sounds interesting. I'm glad you aren't scared of them. I don't. Not that I wouldn't go, but it's just. I don't know.
Probably should be, but I'm not. I just went and stood right next to them instead. They never said anything. Yeah.
The only protest I've gone to is when some protesters thought our military base was some kind of secret organization, so they started like rioting at the gate. I wasn't part of the protest. I was part of the police force keeping them from walking onto the property. They were like, if you're not doing anything secret, you should let me on. It's like, sir, I have a gun. Back off. Like, you can't threaten me with violence. I'm like, like, you can't come on here.
You're not allowed.
There were children at this thing I went to.
Oh, were there?
Yeah, there was one who was about 9. Stood in the middle with a sign that said, "My body, my choice." But that's actually something from
the
pro-choice. It's a pro-choice slogan.
Yeah, because I remember when you posted that, I said, okay, so if you decide as a 9-year-old it's okay for you to have relations with a 60-year-old, I'm supposed to just be okay with that and not stop him.
Does that mean that parents can't like put them into like for certain surgeries and stuff like they do out here if it's their choice?
Well, they're not supposed to at that age. Not supposed to do anything at that age, and they're supposed to be they've said they're not using puberty blockers, but saying one thing and doing another is what they do. So the puberty blockers thing is going to be a trial.
Yeah. But listen, I have a kid that's turning 12, and I just got a note from our doctor's office because we have like the online chart where you can like send messages to the doctor and stuff. And it said, because they are turning 12, that I will no longer have access to all of their information because they're 12. And I'm like, excuse, my kid is no.
Yeah.
And so I talked to my kid and I'm like, so they say I can't like talk on your behalf anymore. And they're like, oh no, I want you to. I said, well, you can tell them that and I'll still get access. But like,
yeah, it's weird.
12 is kind of young to do that. I mean, when did they let, I think it used to be 18, didn't it? Like, I don't
know. 16 seems more normal to me.
It depends on the state, but it's not so much that, like, I think 12 is when they can basically tell you to leave the room. And you could say no. You could say, I'm not leaving the room, because number one, it's my insurance and my money that's paying for this visit. So I will be here because I am the customer, not the kid. But yes, like 12-year-olds, in some states, maybe not now as much, but could go get abortions and not tell parents. They can go to school and they can get treatment for STDs or whatever, or access to all kinds of stuff without telling parents. So repeat after me, kids. Do not sign the digital consent. Do not sign the digital consent.
Okay.
Repeat after me. Do not do that.
Kat says that she would change doctors, and it's not our doctor. It's the whole.
It's like the system,
the university system that we're under, and so it's unfortunately it is what we have. So if I changed, I would still have to deal with it. It'd just be a different. I like our doctor, so I would, So Amy, why can't we sign the digital consent?
Oh, because most of the time the digital consent doesn't actually tell you everything that's in it, and you're consenting to things you don't know what's in it. And in many places, some of the consent is things like that they can vaccinate you without your, telling you that they can do certain things when you're unconscious or whatever. So if you're concerned about certain bodily autonomy functions, then you should always ask them to print it out. And I don't mean the HIPAA one. The HIPAA one's just, hey, can we talk to your husband about your medical records? That I'm talking about the big mass blanket document digital, which usually is like in the hospital. Usually your doctor has like your file and you've already read it, hopefully, and signed it and consented, to what you want. But usually it's the hospital. But and I'm only speaking on American terms. I can't speak for other things. But like I was the person that was like, oh no, give me a printed copy, and I was scratching stuff out, initialing that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And they just take it? Like, do they even know what to do with that? Like,
they probably ignore me and like make faces and talk about me. But I was like, I've never left my babies alone when I had them. I was like, nope, they're staying. Like, or I left one of them alone, and then I was like, nope, I'm not doing that again. Because when they leave the room and they're in the nursery, they could do all kinds of crap that they don't have to tell you about. So, like now my kids are grown and I'm not in the room with because they can take care of themselves. But like, okay, when my kid was old enough for certain checks, I was like, I don't need to be here.
Yep.
Bye.
Some things I don't need to know, but also.
Yeah, I don't have those parts. I don't need to see you examine those parts. You good, kid? All right, you got a nurse in there? All right, we're good to go. I don't need to see that exam happen.
Yeah.
When you're 16,
Yeah. I mean, maybe when I was about 16, my mom didn't like go in with me anymore, but I was like driving myself and stuff. Like I hit the age, not
that's
12.
Also, you're a mom. Like I have sons, so
right.
There's certain things I would not go in there with them.
No, but I'm just trying to think of as myself when I stopped. It was probably like if I could drive myself, I probably. Although I feel like she still came with me.
Yeah, 12 is too young, isn't it? 12 is definitely
too young.
Mine were shy, my children, growing up, so they wanted me to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids like won't speak directly to the doctor, and I'll be like, I'm not the one that's sick. You need to tell them what's bothering you.
Yeah.
You can tell them better than I can, but I still sit there. And then I still put in all the information that they forget to tell them. But I try to make them be people.
Right.
Huh. I don't know.
I know mine will look. Well, my youngest. I don't go with my oldest now because he's like 19. But my youngest, I had to take him for something. He's looking at me. I'm like, "You're the one that's sick. I don't know. Like, tell him what it feels like. You're 17. I don't know. Tell him
something's bothering you. Tell him what hurts. It doesn't hurt me."
It's tough though, because when you don't feel good, like the last time I was sick, and I never go to doctors because I just don't. I actually decided I need to go because there's something definitely wrong with me. I need some kind of medicine. My husband went with me, and he still sat in the room with me. And like they're saying, "Oh, how do you feel?" I'm like, "I'm fine." He's like, "No, you're actually not fine." I did the same thing that the kids do with their parents. Of like, "I don't know why I'm here." He's like, "You have a fever. You're coughing." Like all these, like, so it's still good to have an advocate, even when you're older.
Yeah, I always say like you should bring like, and I told my oldest, I'm like, I need to go do it with him, but I wanted to do the medical power of attorney. I don't know if power of attorney is the right word, but once they hit adulthood,
the proxy.
Yeah, like once you hit adulthood, they don't have to call me if something happens to him. They don't have to tell me that something's wrong with him. And if he's incapacitated and, can't tell me, then who's, how, I mean, I know you have like your emergency contact in your phone and stuff, and at your doctor's office should have your emergency contact, but like say he's in a car accident, he goes to a hospital. They don't have to tell me anything, so.
Yeah.
And if he's not conscious to sign the HIPAA form,
Yeah. And, I'm not against having somebody go with you. I actually go to the doctor with my mom kind of often because she's disabled. And sometimes because of the medication she takes or because of her pain level or something, she doesn't necessarily remember. She doesn't always ask the questions. And she likes it when I go because I remember and I will say the things and I will, and yeah, it's always good to have somebody in your corner, but
yeah.
Also,
if you I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if I also want to teach my children how to be their own advocate, because I'm not always going to be there with them, but that's all.
In certain situations, like I've seen with family members who've needed hospitalization, it's good to have your own patient advocate. Like I know hospitals do have them, but it's always good to have someone in your family who knows what's going on, knows what you've been through, knows like without watching how you actually feel, because then you can really be honest about the care. Because sometimes I've seen it where these poor people are just in the hospital kind of just like wallowing because there's nobody there, and there's the nurse who's supposed to be watching, but they get really overwhelmed by other patients and stuff. So it's always good to have a second set of eyes, especially when someone has a disability, has a condition. Like once someone I know was getting medication, and they said, oh, well, here's your heart medication. They didn't have a heart problem, but the nurses were so overwhelmed and overworked that they by accident had switched the meds with the patient. And it was like, their heart is fine. It doesn't need to be any lower than it is. It needs to actually be boosted up. So let's not. That's why, like, I would be there and ask, like, oh, so what is this for? Not to be a butt and not to be like annoying to them, but just to, at least to be so they know that someone is paying attention. You know, because the patient, especially when you don't feel good, if you've been through surgery and stuff, you're not all with it. No. So.
Yep, that's absolutely true.
No, it's tough. So don't get sick. Eat your vegetables and take your vitamins and do all the mama stuff.
Drink your water. And...
go on walks.
Look, I drink my wine, but I drink like 60 something ounces of water today. So now it's time for that.
Good for you. Yeah. Man.
And I ate my salad.
Did you laugh while eating it, like in the photos?
No, I complained about it because it was a chopped salad. And if we're going to make chopped salad, can we chop it properly chopped? Like, I don't need pieces of lettuce that are like 3
I know, you got a big old piece of lettuce, ranch dressing, dripping everywhere.
I'm like, I mean, I like you put it on your fork and it's like, I'm like, a chop should be chopped.
So I agree. It should be chopped.
Like a crazy person about chopped salad.
No, I get it. I had a 3-time failure of coffee this morning. I don't know why. The coffee I made sucked. I'm like, it's okay. I'll do work coffee. Worse. I'm like, all right, we're going to go for a 3-fer. I went for one of those monster coffee things. That was sickening. That was so bad. I'm just like, what did I do now?
To not have coffee work out, that sucks.
No, I finished the monster because, I paid actual money for that, but it was it was the Irish cream one.
I don't like monsters.
I don't think I've ever had Monster coffee.
I don't like monsters. I don't like energy drinks, so.
I didn't know they made coffee. I thought they just make like their electrical juice or whatever.
No, is it coffee flavored energy drink?
It's made with coffee. Yeah, one of my coworkers, like when we were about to do like a launch a couple of years ago, like came in with like an array of Monsters coffee to.
That sounds like heart palpitations just waiting to happen.
Yeah, no, because there was one of them. It's like triple espresso shot Monster something. I was like, this is a heart attack that can. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm like, no, like go for a walk outside.
Like Thursday's my favorite day because that's the one day of the week that I go get like the fancy coffee from a local coffee shop. Me and my coworker, and we get the large. And in my head, I have determined that if you make it a frappe, that's the most bang for your buck because then the ice is blended and then no coffee is left clutching the ice cube. So therefore, I can slurp every ounce of it out of the cup. And in my head, that's the most bang for your buck. It's like the largest, like 4 shots.
Checks out.
4 shots of espresso. So like on Thursdays, like everyone's so pretty. I'm so productive. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't realize it was 4 shots. Oh well. That's payroll day. Everybody's getting paid.
I like to get paid. I mean, if we're doing that. Hey. Amy, I think you're the only one we never asked what you're working on.
Oh, I'm working on more baby blankets because, of course, I need baby blankets desperately. And then my friend who I give random yarn to and she cranks them out for me on the Addy machine, she gave me like a giant garbage bag of yarn back. She's like, here, none of these cooperated with the Addy. I'm like, well, that sucks because that's like 10 things of yarn. Because the Addy does not like the fancy stripey. It doesn't seem to like those. It's like texture. more textury or variegated or over-dyed, it doesn't like it. So I'm just doing this is Patty's fault, Wombat's fault, because she was redoing the shell patterns. I was like, I haven't done one in a while. The yarn eater, wool eater. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the wool eater. And I haven't done one in a while, so
That's pretty.
I figured I'm going to use up the bag of yarn and just go with it and see what happens. And
It
use it up.
works.
So, but I do need baby blankets if people want to make baby blankets.
Yeah, I need to make something. I'm still sitting here with no idea what I should work on. I really just kind of want to take a nap.
It's a little late for a nap. Don't just go to bed.
Well, I think it's that cold because we took a walk today and I did a few different things, and now all of a sudden I feel like, and I'm drinking this delicious peppermint vanilla tea, and all of a sudden I just feel like I could
You'll crack.
Don't do it. Cozy time, yeah.
It's very cozy. It's not chamomile.
Yeah. No, but too close. That chamomile has kind of a minty, so you can get yourself in that mentality.
Yeah,
I like.
It's quite lovely.
Like Friday, because I had the gunk too. I left work early, and it was like my boss was gone all day. Like, so I could have had like a nice, peaceful, calm day. I felt so crappy. I just left work, and I have not napped since probably I had COVID, and I came home Friday and napped for like 2 hours, and then I still went to bed at 9:30 and slept till like 9:30 the next day. So I was like, evidently, I was actually sick.
And I have to clean. I have to clean a house tomorrow, and there's another house that I'm like property manager on, so I have to like go and like pick weeds and do yard work and stuff because it's spring and it's time for renters to come. And I'm not feeling that. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of staring in between. Like I'm gonna pick a weed and then I'm gonna stare and then I'm gonna like maybe find a new one. Like I don't know, man. Somebody said I should make an emotional support chicken.
I have yet to do that.
I do like them.
Everybody was making them for a while there. I think that the problem is that the patterns are only available on Ravelry, aren't they? Don't know.
I don't remember.
I will have to look.
I have it if you need it. Wink, wink.
What's an emotional support chicken?
In Minecraft, if you need to make chicken.
It's you can get the pattern off of Etsy. It's a knitted chicken.
Yeah, they have crochet too.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
It's like a stuffed animal, and everybody was making them for a few minutes there. I mean, they're cute. And some people
made a bunch of
polka dot. They make them like crazy colors and stuff too. They don't just have to be chicken looking.
Oh,
and they actually have little ones. You know, if you need like an instant gratification project, they do have that little granny square chicken, where you make the little granny square and you fold them up and he becomes a chicken.
Okay.
If you need like a smaller palette cleanser, you know.
That's how I taught my niece how to knit. I had her knit a garter square, and then we folded it up so it was a bunny.
Yeah.
And she was just so proud of herself.
That is cute.
And
that's sweet.
My kids were slightly disappointed because the niece came over to sleep over, and then she was hanging out with me knitting and not doing like video games and stuff. And they were like, "What is happening?" Like.
Because I've been wanting to make the chicken, but I'm like, man, it's pretty big. Like, it's a lot of knitting. It's not just like whip out a chicken, you know. But the little granny square chicken is, you know, I guess it's not a traditional granny square. I think it's like some circle and a square stitches or whatever. But it's pretty easy. And
there's an emotional support chicken with a shawl on. I mean,
could you put a little scarf on it too? It could be a babushka chicken.
It could be a babushka chicken.
Yes. I feel like this is kind of vibing like that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that better. Yes.
Yes.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make one of these though, but that was a neat idea. Thank you.
I'm down with babushka chicken. That would be awesome.
That would be so cute. Oh my god.
That would be awesome.
I'm gonna have to do that for my plushies. No one will buy them, but it'll be the
and will.
Like little, there you go, grumpy Russian chickens.
Exactly, with a little pattern apron.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the best.
And
Be like
Anne's
little
gonna
red
personally
hen
bring back
is
the
upset.
90s. Remember the 90s geese and ducks with the
That's
blue?
exciting.
Anne will bring back the ducks and the geese. Remember that?
I had an aunt who had the concrete goose who dressed it for every season.
Yes.
Oh, our neighbor has a flamingo that she dresses up for every season, and it's pretty hilarious.
You know, the tradition remains.
There's the local yarn store has like a goose because one of the girls that works there and teaches classes, she loved geese and ducks. So they have the goose, and so far they've dressed the goose up for Mardi Gras. So I did not see it dressed up for Easter. I don't think I was able to go. So I'm gonna have to find out if it was dressed up for Easter.
Exactly. Gotta see what her new Easter bonnet was.
Right. And then when we go to Orange Beach, there's this one house on this one road that has like this random deer statue in it. And I think at this point it's now missing a leg or an antler or something. I don't remember. But they dress that thing up for everything. Like it's every holiday. It's like the most random, out of place, not beachy thing.
I love it. That's the best.
Dude, I live on a lake and we have a cow that somebody puts hats on every season. So I mean, it's a thing.
Look, I am here for it. I am the one that put flamingos out when the crazy lady in Minecraft Land put out a birdhouse that didn't match anything. I went to Dollar Tree and bought flamingos and put it all around the birdhouse because it's a birdhouse. So the birds went to the birdhouse. I mean, I don't know why it was upsetting.
Did they know it was you doing those mods, or were they?
Some people did, and then somebody went on the neighborhood group and said, "What's with all the ugly flamingos? It's disgusting. It's making it less trashy." And I'm like, "Well, it's a birdhouse. They just changed the birdhouse. Why are you upset about that?"
You gotta have a good one to community server, man.
Third grade Girl Scout pick, project. I figured the pink flamingos went with it.
I love.
Wow, at least we're not petty. I'm just saying. It's funny that we're talking about flamingos because I was really seriously
President Petty, so
thinking about making a flamingo colorwork hat just a few minutes ago.
That would be cool.
I saw a picture.
I love flamingos. I really do. I really do like.
How am I going to do the flamingo hat? I could give it to my neighbor who likes flamingos. She can wear it in the winter.
I own, but I have never made it, and I won't even remember the designer's name. But socks that have a little color work pink flamingos around it, and the same set they had shrimp. And I don't know why you want shrimp socks, but if you want shrimp socks, they're the lady who has a shrimp sock pattern.
Hey, that would sell around here. People would buy shrimp socks here.
I like
absolutely.
shrimp.
Why not?
I mean, I don't eat shrimp, but they would absolutely sell down here.
I mean, just because you don't eat shrimp doesn't mean you can't put them on your feet and think about
We have a whole wide store. Like, do y'all have the brand Perlis? Is that only a thing down here?
I've never heard of it.
Well, it's like their logo is like a little shrimp, and it's like a whole thing down here. It's like a hoity-toity polo shirt with a little shrimp on the logo, or maybe I think it's a shrimp. Yeah, I think it's a shrimp, and that's what all like the frat yacht boys wear, like the LSU guys. They wear their little Perlis Mardi Gras colored shirt.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I've never heard this. I don't know if anybody else knows that this is true. I don't.
Not me.
I don't think so. In my experience, it's not true. But also, Shelly thinks that shrimp socks are shark adjacent, so maybe they can, I guess, get them out for your Shark Week project. I don't know. Whatever makes you guys happy.
Okay, pineapples, upside down pineapples are definitely a swinger thing. I don't know about no flamingos. Don't be disparaging me. People telling people that I flamingo swingled, swungled. Whatever.
Pineapples are?
Upside down pineapples.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I've never heard such a thing.
Upside down I
wanted to get I wanted to get pineapple pillows and because I just like fruit, like citrus. I like lemons, oranges, and pineapple.
Yes, that's the pattern, Annie. Sorry.
I love it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Nice.
Answer it.
Yes, an upside down pineapple is a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've not heard that.
There are other things about pineapple that I will not say on the internet. We can discuss later privately. So
I don't know that I want to. I'm good. I like being in my bubble. I like being naive. I enjoy being able to think about pineapples and flamingos without thinking anything other than pineapples and flamingos.
But
And
I've never heard
I'm
that
with
about
you.
flamingos. So
We have a cat named Kiwi and a cat named Clementine. We're all about like the fruits and stuff. Like it's all good. Yeah.
See, and I'm just really into kitsch, man. Like you have pink flamingos, you have Hawaiian shirts, all of that. I'm like, I am about it.
I'm all about that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have from Hobby Lobby. You know how they have like the really bad art where it's like chickens and stuff. So I have a series I call Judgmental Chickens. So I have like one big one and as soon as you walk in, and then when you're in the bathroom, there's a small one just in case you don't like put the seat down or something like that. So I'm all about. I always say it's like stupid animals. Like right above the cat's litter box is a donkey. I don't know why, but just because. So I have a pig outside. His name is Harold. He looks like he's like in the bushes. Like I always say, he's looking for ladies. He's in the bushes. So
I love it.
I got really stupid stuff at the house.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
Just sounds fun.
My local yarn store in the bathroom. She went and found like a little it's like a sticker, like a wallpaper sticker. So when you are on the toilet and you look down, there was a little mouse in a little mouse house looking at you. Like, hey. I was like, where did you find the mouse wall decor?
I just realized I should go grab the poster that I got this past week that I'm incredibly proud of. Hang on.
You should. And Carol, I have questions because whatever you have that you're working on doesn't look like a succulent anymore. And I need information.
I finished the succulent. You guys were like really engaged, so I just held it up.
Wait, she wasn't making a shawl? Wait, I missed not a shawl?
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, it's not.
I'm going to make you really big.
Okay.
Yay! Hi, Carol.
Let me see.
It's a little succulent.
Oh,
yeah.
It's cute.
You're not the only person.
They take like an hour to do. And so
You're not making a shawl. I'm so proud of you.
No, it's right here. Don't worry.
They're for Epic Mike's kids. You missed the story, but
yeah.
Oh,
why
are you making succulents for Epic Mike's kids?
Oh, because I mean, I have a wall with them all here. And he mentioned he liked them, so I said I'd make some for his kids.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
I had like that one that's like the bucket. Okay, what's the right word when you garden?
Pot.
Okay, thank you. You can tell I don't garden. I'm like the bucket thing.
I didn't think that was okay. I'm with
you. The little brown pot, and then they make the one with the. I'm sorry, I don't speak plant. They look like little hearts.
Okay.
Trailing hearts.
Probably.
Trailing hearts.
But anyway, there's a crochet version, and then you can hang it from like your rearview mirror in your car. So it's like a little pot with a little.
I got a little pot right here, but I should make one of those because this has a plant in it, but you can't tell. It just kind of looks like a missile. And there's a ninja on it, and there's a spaceship and an airplane in here. And sometimes they do different things. My kids make them do it, so that's always fun.
See, I don't speak plants, so I don't know what anything is. What are we doing, Anne?
Anne's got something to show us.
What do we got?
We're waiting.
Let me see.
I'm very excited about this. This is the ultimate.
Make her big. Make her big.
It's the joy of my life. You can hear it. It is. Yes. The totally yanked from a library and then bought on eBay.
I remember that poster.
Discover the feeling. Learn to read.
I remember that poster.
I do not. Anne was talking about it, and I'm like, what is this thing?
I remember that poster in my library.
It's beautiful. I had to rip it off the wall because I just stuck it up with painter's tape until I get a frame proper.
You need to put Sir Patrick properly in a frame.
No, he's going in a frame properly, but I mean, I'm not going to pan around, but there is not a lot of open wall space in here. So Sir Patrick is just going to have to do what he's going to have to do. But yeah, my library, I think we had this poster, but I definitely remember Mel Gibson as Hamlet.
Yes, I remember that one too.
One of them too.
This is not an East Coast thing. I have no idea what you people are talking about. We don't have those at ours.
Telling you to read?
No.
Yes.
No, not at
Absolutely.
all. See, Polka Dot doesn't remember that either. She's with me.
No, never.
Carol?
Thank you.
Do you remember that?
Carol grew up like abroad.
Oh.
I'm dealing
Like
with
not
dog
abroad,
drama.
but like not here.
I am abroad as well. I do identify as one.
Grow up as abroad. I don't know how you could grow up as abroad and miss the Patrick Stewart poster, and certainly not the Mel Gibson one.
I know.
That
I
was a nice poster.
I know you sent me a picture of it, and I was like, "Oh man, that's cool. I remember that." But I can't remember where.
Wasn't there a Harrison Ford one too?
My library had them all at one point.
No,
Mark
we had
Hamill?
none.
Wasn't there a Mark
No.
Hamill one?
I think we just had like tacky like drawings of books that said read. Like, you know, like the 90s like squiggles and stuff. That might have been in the library, but no celebrities, no.
I don't remember pictures in my librry at all. We just had shelves covering the walls with books in them. Like, I don't remember a lot of open wall
posters.
No, I don't remember this.
Did you at least have the lunchroom
school
drink
library.
milk propaganda?
Public library. Your public
I'm talking
library
about
didn't have
public library. Amy, I lived in the public library when I was a kid. The year I was like 12, I was allowed to ride my bike from my house to the library. I went there like every day. Okay,
Yeah, man,
like I was a nerd. I don't remember any of this. No, I don't remember.
How did Louisiana out culture other places?
They were trying.
I mean, is having Sir Patrick Stewart on the wall
maybe
saying read a cultural thing? I don't know.
No, but like I'm just saying, like we had art and sculptures and stuff too. Maybe they needed to really emphasize that we weren't reading, so they needed to send more posters.
Maybe they're like, you need help.
You need a little more assistance. We're gonna get Captain Picard to tell you to read, because clearly your test
or we
scores
had it,
indicate
and I
you're
was
not.
just so busy looking at the books that I wanted to read that I didn't care, which is also absolutely possible. So,
well, I had a test crush on Captain Picard, so I totally noticed him. So
it's very important to notice Captain Picard.
Yeah.
But yeah, our library, we had like concrete owls. We had one of those Ophelia pictures. We had stuff. Library
it could
now.
just be that my memory is trash. That could also be part of it. I don't remember crap from anything.
when my kids were little, they had some kind of thing where they would hide. I forgot what it was. They would hide around the library. And they would hide it around the library. And if you found it and you brought it to the library and you got something, and then you had to go hide it again for other kids. And now I can't remember what the heck it was.
That sounds fun.
Like a statue or something. I don't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I love the
So,
library.
Anne, where does he live? Is he in your bedroom, or he's not in your bathroom judging you, is he? Because that would be
no.
creepy.
No,
Okay.
he's in my bedroom for now, which is a little strange, I gotta say.
I mean,
you're like,
I'm not surprised.
Every night she's like, "Good night, Sir Patrick."
When you're changing and you look over and there he is with this sort of, slightly doleful, calm, like I care about you look, and you're like, yeah, can I put on a bra in peace? Okay, man.
Can I eat this bowl of cereal slovenly in my bed at midnight without you judging me, Sir Patrick? Like, seriously.
I think that you need to get, dude, if he's going to be in your room, you need a picture of him in those jammies with his knitting. So that you guys can be like buddies and he can be your knitting partner. Like,
he can be my buddy wearing a corduroy shirt. That's fine. We're just hanging out. He's holding his Shakespeare, and it's kind of like Boy with Apple.
What about jammies and knitting?
I'd have to get a whole nother poster. I have this
That'd
poster.
be cool. I know what I'm paying you for your birthday.
Well, thank you.
How did you get this poster anyway? eBay?
eBay, yeah.
Fantastic.
Where does anyone acquire such wonderful things? It's always eBay.
So I would have been, if I had found this in person, all right, I was pretty darn pleased with finding this online. Finding it in person would have been like amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be a great day. I want to know what other posters you'd find if I found it in person.
I know, man. Now I'm sitting here thinking, like, did they make a Captain Riker one? Because my friend loved Captain Riker, and man, I could get her one for a joke, and she would die.
I mean,
he wasn't reading. He was busy with the ladies.
He was pretending to play the trombone. Must be something.
Good times. How far are you in the series now, Ian?
Well, right now, Because I'm watching Deep Space Nine with my brother and watching TNG with me. I'm about season 3 Deep Space Nine, season 4 TNG, which is a little weird because the last couple of TNG overlap with Deep Space Nine, so it's like things are happening and it's out of order. But yes.
Interesting.
What is TNG?
The Next Generation.
Next Generation.
Oh.
The one with Picard.
Okay.
The one with Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
See, I've
Very
been
cool.
tempted to be like, because what platform are you watching it on? Because I'm assuming they're out there somewhere.
On DVD.
I'm so sorry. How silly of me.
You think that she doesn't own this stuff? I own.
I feel ashamed having asked that question. Okay, but for those of us that don't have it on DVD, where might one watch it?
It's on Amazon.
Or what is Paramount Plus still?
Paramount
Probably
or
not.
Disney? It's not Disney.
Paramount
No,
would
it's
have
Paramount.
Star Trek.
Okay. Because I steal a friend's Paramount. Okay. I've just thought about being a really good wife and being like, hey, babe, do you want to watch Star Trek from the beginning and like together and seeing how excited he would get?
Do it!
Just to be like a bonding moment.
It's important. It's a good bonding
the
moment.
very
A lot of
beginning.
crazy stuff happened, man.
I watched a good chunk of Next Generation when it came out. Like, it's not like I'm unfamiliar, you know?
Yeah.
Hence the crush on Patrick Stewart. So.
I mean, no. First season's rough, though.
I recently did the bonding thing with my husband. Like, I've never seen Rocky and Rambo and Rocky 2 and Kurosawa movies, one particular called Rashomon. So if anybody's ever interested in some kind of really artsy Asian movie, it's so good. It is such a good movie. But like now we on the couch, we kind of say like we're playing film school. Like we start watching it and then I pause and it's like, wait a minute, comparing Rocky 1 to Rocky 2. And then I watched part of Creed and now we're commenting on how, especially the director. And now actually we started yesterday Karate Kid because it's the same director. So we're like seeing the parallels between all these movies and it's like these classic man movies, which I thoroughly enjoy. So I'm starting to, my husband's very happy about that. I'm like into like, oh, Rambo was so good. I really loved it. It's not even
Rambo is so good, though.
What's that?
Rambo is so good, though.
Oh, God, that is such a good movie. But then Stallone's acting, I kind of feel like even in Rocky 2 kind of like tanked a little bit. Not that it was bad, but I think he recognized the fact that people thought he was a celebrity. So there wasn't as much humility in the performance. But I mean, I'm not a film person. At least that's just what it feels like for some reason.
He got into a fight with the studio because he wrote that script and he wanted to star in it and they wanted to get a different guy. And so he was basically fighting with them like the entire time. So if he looked like he wasn't acting his best, it was because he was like, you know, having to duke it with somebody off camera all the time.
Yeah, and I think the first director left, and as far as I know, I don't know, I think it was the first Rocky movie. Adrian's brother was actually going to be his mother instead as the extra character. So I think he might have also been kind of miffed that they asked him to change things. So maybe he thought in the second movie, I'm going to do what I want. And he could have used an editor because the second movie was good, but not as good as Rocky 1, in my opinion.
Sequels are tricky.
I don't think I've seen any of them since I was a kid, so it's really hard to say.
Oh.
Yeah. It's good to revisit. Like I think I saw part of it once, but fully watching it all the way through, like we were saying, it's so boring. But anyway, that like even the set itself, the city is like a character in the movie. Like it really feels real. Whereas if you compare that to Creed, which was a more modern version of Rocky, the city is too clean. Everything about it is too much of a set. Whereas before, it really felt like if you've been in a city like New York City, Philly, where you know it took place in Philly, but still, if you've been in a real city, you're in it. You're totally believing everything. But it's a great movie.
Very good. I haven't watched anything lately. My husband's discovered YouTube, so we're like 45 years behind the thing, and so now we watch things like what just rolled in. It's like car shops with all the crap that people bring in, and we've been talking about possibly moving. So today we were watching home inspectors talking about things to look for at houses, and like just all of like, I'm like, he was watching some dude that had ant farms like 2 days ago. And I'm like, this is fine, but also why? Like,
my husband's thing is like, he loves watching car videos where they blow the engines up. And like for the longest time, I thought this meant like blow up. Like there was explosions and it was exciting. No, it just makes a really big noise and then it stops working.
I mean,
that seems like, why is this entertaining?
Yeah. This just rolled in. I mean, some of those are funny. Like one of them, the thing was like the window sounds like Pac-Man, and they would roll it up and down, and it was like,
yeah,
like it sounded
like,
like it was funny, but
yeah. But like for the longest time, I thought it meant like actual like explosions, and no, he just
I mean,
because he kept saying he's like, I should make a YouTube video of all the, because he's a mechanic. And he's like, I should make a YouTube video and then I can make videos of cars blowing up. I'm like, first of all, number one, where are we doing this? Not my yard. And second of all, like, you don't have that many, like, where are we getting these vehicles from?
I don't know. It might be interesting to blow those up in your yard, though, and see what people say about it.
Oh, Minecraft land. Yeah,
Minecraft
they would.
Land.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it spicy.
But... And
like,
my husband does
but
my husband does a lot of work on cars, so he'll be laughing his ass off at these things, and I'm looking at it going, I don't see what's wrong. Like, it sounds like Pac-Man. I get that joke. It has something broken off that I don't know is supposed to be there. I don't find that funny.
Right. I'm sure that's like the equivalent of us. Him walking by and we're talking about, knitting. So
yeah, I know, but it's just funny.
I think I might do that, Anne. I think I will be nice and be the wife that says, let's watch Star Trek. But I think I'm going to have to go with Next Generation. I don't know if I can handle OG.
You want to do old school?
I don't know.
Old school. How many seasons? How many seasons is old school? Old school has only 3 seasons. And the movies.
Next Gen has like 10.
7.
Of 7? I must be counting the movies.
No,
I'm counting movies. Sorry.
So it's Star Trek,
Anne
the movies.
Anne knows.
I'm kidding.
So the Star Trek series, the movies, and then nothing until Next Generation?
Yeah. Original series is 3, and then it's 6 movies.
6?
Yeah, they had to get the whale.
They had their very like super first movie that they came out with. Like that movie's wild. Like
it is.
It's super.
That is some
like
of the
I know
worst
Wrath of Khan is like his. That's like his. Best thing ever.
No, what's that first one called? Like the one where like
just Star Trek the motion picture.
Yeah, that one's.
I was watching a video the other day of how they did the special effects for Wrath of Khan. Sorry to nerd out on everyone, but hey, it was the first CGI that they ever used, and they only used it for a computer scene. How they did everything else, So they have this big model ship, and the model ship, and they have the different model ships going, and they have this close-up section of a model ship that they're going to light on fire because they're like, fire doesn't look good if you light little things on fire. You got to light big things on fire. The scale doesn't work. But they had the space nebula in the background. And like, okay, so how do you do a space nebula? And when you're watching it, you're like, it's a space nebula, of course. No, they put 2 thin pieces of glass and had different colored liquids that they slowly put in one side or the other to get the nebula to look exactly right. And then afterwards, they superimpose the ships on it.
Neat.
So nice. There's your fun fact.
I love practical effects like that.
Cool.
It's so much more, I don't know, there's something just infinitely better about doing it that way than just click-clacking on the computer. And I know that takes skill too, but the
Right.
practical effects makes it feel better. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, they have more depth to them too. Like even the two different Dune movies, the one in the 80s versus the modern one. The modern one is less CGI ships going up and down. And you have the old one where they're like, we're going to make this really beautiful, intricate model. So when it's going by, you're like, wow, that's a really cool model. If it's a CGI ship, you're just like, plonk, computer.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like the practicals go beyond just like the super fancy stuff. So for example, every time that you see them and they've got like a glass with ice in it, that ice isn't actually ice, it's rubber, and it's specialized rubber, because what happens is when they're recording, they don't want to pick up the clink clink when the glass is moving around. So I always feel bad when they actually drink from the glass, like, oh, does that taste like plastic? Like, what does it taste like?
We put a film on the other night, the other week, and it was one of these gangster films, and it had Robert De Niro in, and it was a new one, and quite a few of the other actors. And I know they were showing sort of all like jumping around in time, but it was so artificial what they'd done with them. They didn't even look like themselves. It was really bad. It was so annoying that we turned it off. Couldn't watch it. Just the what do you call it? AI? It was like an AI film. It's like, when are they going to retire that lot?
Oh, they're not, because like studios really like AI because it like cuts down on like their workload. But the problem is that they're using it to the point where it's dumb. Like, I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other actors.
Yeah. like Robert De Niro doesn't have to play every gangster.
I'm waiting for them to like get to the point where like actors are really, what they're going to do is they're going to have like a certain like appearance and likeness, right? And so when you want to watch a film, like, let's say you want to watch The Gunslinger, but you want a different actor to play the gunslinger, right? Like, you can just like swipe through and pick whoever you want. It could be like a chick, it could be like a penguin, I don't know, right?
I really think the performance from the Wallace and Gromit penguin is gonna bring the gunslinger to me.
I don't know. You might never know. Like that cool like epic fight scene like at the end, and like penguin comes out and suddenly like there's two revolvers and then you just like run around like this. Like, I don't know.
It could there's some potential.
Yeah.
I mean, it could solve the problem of like the whole Harry Potter thing that Anna and I mostly went on a tirade about on Saturday.
Yeah.
We could just swipe through and pick who we wanted. Just put Alan Rickman.
Just customize characters for everybody.
Yeah.
I could never have to watch David Tennant.
You don't like David Tennant?
Can't stand him at all.
Oh, Anne's in love with him.
I love David Tennant.
Oh, no. So is Amy. I didn't know that.
I love the 10th Doctor, and I like who David Tennant used to be.
I think Annie's overexposed because like when somebody gets popular in England, they put them everywhere.
Yeah.
You're the only one you get.
Yeah.
Just like, I just don't think he's real. Genuine. I mean by that.
An actor.
He used to be, and I think that his love of Doctor Who was genuine. I think that was always, a legit.
It's like he married a doctor's daughter or something.
Right. I mean, he grew up watching it. He met
Peter
Tom Baker. He
we all
did.
did.
It was, you all did. And
there was no choice.
Yeah.
And it was really good then.
I don't. This whole woke bullcrap killed him for me. So, because he just that kind of kills it, But I do think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's a great actor. So,
what did he do?
Bad part very well.
Wait, what?
What did he do with the woke stuff?
Sorry.
Outside of Doctor Who? He did a thing for Hamlet, and then he also played a fake vampire rock star that ended up like being actually helpful. And then
he's playing a lot of stuff. The PBS masterpiece thing was called The Escape Artist. Now I remember it was called The Escape Artist.
Yeah, he was in Marvel as the villain in that. He actually saved that shit. Yeah.
Who is he in Harry Potter?
He's Barty Crouch Jr.
Oh, he's a creep. I hate him. We actually just watched that on Sunday. My brother came over with his girlfriend, and that was the movie we watched.
He is Barty Crouch Jr., yes.
But what did he do that he got all woke?
Oh,
yeah,
he just went woke.
Okay.
Him and his wife is Georgia, and their son or their daughter?
Their child of a thing that I don't know how to identify yet.
Yeah, they have a they-them now. And so he's,
Oh, and she is full trans parade and very vocal and very loud about it. And he joins her in that.
Yes. And that's what's annoying, because I used to follow her because she was actually quite funny. Georgia's very, very funny and snarky, and she, admittedly is like, oh, I've done much except been a doctor's daughter, married one, and she's, was fine with that. But then she kind of went crazy woke. And her oldest son, who is not actually David Tennant's, but he has David Tennant's last name, which is not really David Tennant's last name, but because Dave's not really David Tennant, but their oldest son Ty is an actor too, so he's been in some stuff. Never watched it, but he's been in some stuff. So I thought they were adorable, because doctor's daughter married the doctor's daughter, played yada yada, so.
Yeah, and also I'm a big fan of Peter Davison too, like him as Tristan Farnon, the best.
So
he was great in Doctor Who. Loved his version. Companions, kind of weak.
Pops and buzzes.
Yeah.
Polka Dot, do you watch Doctor Who or no?
No, I know of Doctor Who, but it's not a series that I've watched. Like in general, like I'm not a big sci-fi person. I want to like it, but for some reason it just doesn't click as much as other things. Like right now I'm super into sumo and kung fu movies. So that's right now my current obsession. And what is it? The Rocky, Rambo.
Action.
I'm trying to go through like the classics, Predator, Cobra. Because of course I make these sweet little ice creams, but also I want to watch Rambo.
Balance. It's all about balance.
It's important. The Sylvester
you can't have everything be
cute. Is genuinely one of my favorite films.
You could, however, Polka Dot, make a plushie who also happens to have like a nunchuck.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, it's related to a commission I'm working on. It's sort of related to nunchucks and things, so that'll come out with
a little throwing star.
Yeah. That'd be cute. The softest little throwing star you've ever seen with a happy little face.
Yeah. But Polka Dot, you can't always be sunshine and rainbows, because, even that gets a little bit old. Sometimes you need to mix in the sumo, kung fu, action.
Well, I mean, sumo wrestling is really like a lot of people think they're just like two big guys slamming into each other, but there really is a lot of skill and training involved that you would be. It's really surprising what they go through just to do that, and their career is so short because of how much stress they put on themselves. I watched a couple documentaries about it. It's really, really interesting, and it happens like. Unlike regular wrestling, which I don't know if anybody watches, but like regular wrestling, there's a lot of build up, there's a lot of smack talking, and the match can take like 10 minutes even or longer, depending on what type of match it is. But sumo is over in like a blink. So they train for months and years. And then in 30 seconds or less, all that training's out the window and they lost. They just have such a short period to do their best. And it's over. And it's so interesting to watch.
I don't know anything about it. That's interesting.
I can't say I've ever watched it. No.
It's if you get into it, you might get really into it like me, but like it's super, super good though. Like it just there was recently a tournament that went on. I think it was last month. It's on one of those like Japanese channels. Like I think it's I don't know, something on YouTube anyway. But like it was a huge tournament. It was all these guys who've been training for a while. This one guy who always I don't know his name, but he got close many, many, many years. He got up to the last match. He lost it. And it's like, oh, man. I wanted that guy to win because he was a beast the whole time until the last match. He pooped the bed, metaphorically. Not really. But it was just really, really good. Really, really good.
It's interesting. Maybe I'll have my husband watch that so we can watch less weird car videos, which would be fine with me. And less ant farms. I mean.
Ant farms.
I don't know why.
No, they had international people too. Like they even had like Ukrainian fighters there, and it's like I understand that you might like it, but I don't know. What are you doing there?
Were they big like sumo wrestlers?
They sure were, tall and big, and it's like you look very like familiar, like you could be like my cousin, but I don't know that I want you in this match. Like I don't know that you've done all the things, but they clearly did because the guy did really. I think there was 2 of them specifically that did really, really well, but they were not native, and it's like, how about that?
So they have to be big, right?
Well, not necessarily, because there's weight classes just like with boxing and stuff, and even wrestling. So there are some guys who are extremely big, and then there's some guys that are just like average, maybe like husky-ish strong, like you know what I mean, like not like twiggy, but like a little bit beefy, but very interesting. And yeah, and the way they choose, this is so stupid. Well, I'm taking over talking about sumo, but the way they choose,
it's what we do here.
they base their matches not only on specifications like weight, wins, and all that kind of stuff, but there's this whole committee of former wrestlers and then some other people that they choose it based on what they think fans want to see. So they're really in tune with everybody who watches it and the crowd's reactions and all kinds of stuff. There's this huge, long process. And of course it's Japanese. So of course there's like a sort of, I don't know, traditional, mystical sort of thing about it. It's just really, really cool to see because it's something that we don't have at all here. I know I actually looked it up to see if we even have sumo matches here because I'm like, oh, I'd want to see that in person. But there's nothing locally that is sumo. Not even close.
Closest thing we have is baseball mysticism. That's not
right, exactly. Like we have that. Their stuff is just so different. It's just, I don't know, it's just fascinating.
Look, I come here for one thing only, to learn. I learn something every time.
Yep. And in defense of my husband, Hallowed Angel has a good point. Guys have to poke bugs and blow things up sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's true.
We were talking about this yesterday with my husband. I don't know if anybody else can relate to their menfolk or children, but my husband was the person. He is like the most patient man in the world. Like I can think of 2 times he's lost his temper with our children, and I lost it regularly. So like he does not yell, he does not raise his voice, he is the epitome of safe, patient, comfortable man. And how he ended up with me, I don't know. But he is also that kid that when he was in school, he would be the kid that would lean all the way back in the chair to see how far he could go before he would fall. He would take a glass and like pour the glass just to the edge of it to see how far before it would spill. Like, I'm like, why? Why would you do these things that could cause a mess or cause you to fall or whatever? He's like, just to see how far I could go.
I think that's a guy thing.
Is this a product of bored 70s kid that just had nothing else to do? So you lean back in your chair to see how far you could go, or you poured your, like, where did this come from? Look, I don't know where this came from.
I mean, technically, told me he's done it, but that it could just have not come up. Like it's hard to say.
Because your husband's older than you, right, DK? Like mine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious. Lean back. See if he leans back in a chair one day and just tell me what happens.
I'll ask him. Because he doesn't do it here because we have some really heavy
furniture. He knows better than
that. No.
But like in school,
he knows better than that.
Duh. But like, he would be the kid that would, just it's this silly. And I guess it probably is a product of having grown up in a world where there were not extra things to entertain you. You got stuck in a restaurant with your parents. You had the table in front of you, and so you changed the salt and pepper shakers, or you piled up things of ketchup. You did stuff to entertain yourself. Like I know,
right?
I know
Gen X, they don't understand that, but
I know, like when we talked about it with teaching theories, that all children have the natural built-in scientific thinking thing where if they're kind of like, I wonder what would happen, they would try and do it.
Yeah.
Where I would say like that's not quite weeded out, but because of like instant dopamine fixes that happen with like devices in hands, that normal tendency to do like, you know, environmental exploration or the stuff that, you know, the menfolk do that somehow they lived after. They're like, wonder if I put this fork in the wall socket, right? You know, they don't engage in that. And what I found to be interesting is that as a teacher, like, okay, so we have to teach them how to do this again. I was like, we do? Like, is that like how at this point? Because they're just like,
yeah. Yeah, like my husband was the one that was like with the magnifying glass with the ants and like, where does this anthill go? And like,
I'm sure my husband was too, honestly.
Probably just a product of being an older Gen Xer who, you know, had no entertainment and was poor. Like, let me annoy my mom by pouring my cup just
yeah. See what I can light on fire. I mean, I think that's just a guy thing, though.
Oh my God, fire is ridiculous. He got so excited when I get like hairspray, and he would like light the fire. I'm like, stop it. He taught the boys that when they were like 12. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop teaching the boys about fire.
Boys already know about fire, I think. I think it's just a thing. But Lizzie says her nephew recently broke one of her mother's chairs, leaning back too far in it. So I guess it still is going on. It's still alive and well. Just,
it may just be a boy thing because I am like hey, I don't want to be hurt in any way capacity. So if there's if I'm going to lean back, I don't want to fall and hit my head. So I'm not going to try to lean back as far as I can go. But to him, it was a challenge how far he could balance on the two back things of your chair.
Yeah, I did that. I did that. I do all the boy things, like because I hung around with. As a kid, I always had more friends that were boys than girls because I wanted to do the girl things with the Barbies, but I also wanted to see how far I can lean back in the chair and like take things apart during class just to see how does a pen work, like all this. I was always in the back of the class, not making a ruckus because I actually never had detention in my life, but I still participate in the boy tomfoolery all the time.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand.
So it makes sense that he's a mechanic because, you know, take things apart, they blow up. Let's see how it works. Yeah.
Hello Angel says that her cousin taught her how to drown ants and bring them back with salt. That's a new one. I've not heard about that.
Wait, you can bring it back to life?
And Diana says that you can also do it with flies.
What?
And then she fixed the spelling of flies just in case anybody.
You can make zombie flies? What?
Oh, wait, no, she said Hello Angel meant flies, not ants, but still, either way, I've never heard of such a thing.
There you go, DK. New homeschool experiment.
There you go.
That means I have to catch flies. I don't know if I want to.
Have y'all done the butterflies yet? Or the caterpillar? I mean, the what do you call it?
The kids did them when they went to school. We've never done it ourselves.
Ladybugs. They have the ladybugs too. Yeah.
We haven't done ladybugs.
I love the butterflies. I thought it was so fun. I was probably more into it than they were. I'm like, look, it's growing. Look, it's growing. And they're like, whatever, Mom. I'm like, but it's almost a butterfly. I'm like, oh, that one's winged it. Because sometimes there's a dud and it doesn't work out. Then he like dies. And then they're like, Mommy, what's wrong with that one? I'm like, his wings are broken. He's on the line.
We're just going to put him over here in the grass and Bird's going to have a snack later. Like, yeah. No, but the kids did that when they went to school. And so I've never done it. But, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I should do it with them. My husband loves bugs, and my husband should do it with them, actually.
I mean, I thought it was really cool. I mean, you get the little net that they live in, and then you put oranges and stuff in there, and I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
DK, your husband might like something called Monster Bug Wars. I don't know if he likes fighting, but it's a thing in nature where they record bugs going like toe to toe, and then who wins, the praying mantis or the ant or whatever. It's pretty good. My husband hates it. It's like, oh, that's so disgusting. But I'm like, oh no, but you don't know this. How do I know that the spider? He's got a lot of legs. He might win. So
you're like, I need to know the stats for the bugs, okay? I need to know.
On the bugs,
they do give you like mini sort of stats of like, oh well, the praying mantis does this, and
like
this
5
other
to
fly
1
does
on the
that.
spider.
Yeah, right. It's cool though. So he might like it if he likes bugs and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was like an entomology guy
for your children.
Yeah, no, I have one kid that really, really doesn't like bugs. I don't think I would force them to watch anything. So it's really called Monster Bug Wars?
Yes, it is. It's on YouTube, I'm sure. It used to be like on Science Channel, but we got rid of cable a long time ago, so I don't know if it's still there, but it's fantastic. Right. I mean, because as someone who likes now sumo, wrestling, Bug Wars, all that stuff, it is pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, it's a real television program. Holy moly.
Yes, it is. And it's not it's not like fake bugs, it's actual bugs doing what they do in nature and just seeing what happens.
Cool. That's actually cute.
I might like, and I'm making fun of him for the ant farm thing, but actually a lot of the stuff that he finds is super interesting. Like, he's really into science. Like, that was his college major and he's really into it. And we were like watching this guy who broke down styrofoam and did all this stuff to it and made it into cinnamon candy. And he was doing it with like different metals and different, like, all kinds of things. And so it's like, I'm sure he would be interested. We watch a lot of science stuff, honestly.
Yeah, my husband loves the science. His is space. Like, his favorite thing is space. And my favorite thing to do is annoy him with flat Earth stuff, just to annoy him, just to see his face get red. I don't believe it. I don't believe in flat Earth, but I just like to do it to annoy him.
That's
funny.
He
loses his mind, but he is the guy that's like, yeah, it's that star and that constellation. I'm like, it's pretty. They go twinkle twinkle. Like, okay, that's pretty. Like, I have no idea what you said, but that's pretty. Yeah. He's a total nerd. That's why he likes Star Trek. And but Anne, have you watched Space 1999?
I have not.
Oh, there you go. That's your next one.
There you go.
That we have on DVD because my husband bought the whole collection. Or I think I might have bought it for him for our anniversary one year. He loves that. He loves Space 1999. What?
Anyone with cats knows the big cats would have knocked everything off the earth if it was flat.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree.
Precisely. But sunburn itches. I'm sorry if I'm like keep touching myself, but it itches.
What were you doing that you got sunburned? Were you just outside?
It was pretty outside. I wanted to go outside.
Yeah. I was outside in the sun today, but I think that I managed to not get... it was like 80.
It went like... We have a very, very short window of where it's nice to be outside and you want to be in the sun and get it to where you want to die. So it was that kind of weather that I was like, man, I wish we lived right by the beach because this is like that kind of weather. And I was like, well, you know what? Redneck backyard is the best thing. Next best thing. So I put my sprinkler out in my chair and I did put sunscreen on. I did apply, but I apparently did not reapply. And I did not rub in properly because I majorly missed some sections here. So it's my base burn for the summer so that I can, burn on top of it and then maybe get not as pasty white as I normally am. So but
try not to be translucent like our friend Anne.
I am glowingly white.
I am glowingly. I could give Anne a run for her money. This is just lighting at the moment. I am absolutely pasty white. But I laid in my chair. I was like, you know what? It's nice. It's pretty. It's not death. The wind was blowing. I turned on a 90s country channel, got my bevies, and laid in my chair, and it was beautiful.
It sounds like a nice day. I won't lie. But all right, friends, I'm going to cut the party short because I am going to go to bed. But thanks for joining us. And a little programming note is that we won't be doing Knitting Wars until June. And as it gets closer, we'll give you a date so that you guys can be excited about it. But Anne's going to be doing some stuff, and so it's just going to be easier not to. And normally we go live on Saturday morning around 9 Eastern, but this week my kids are in a play, and so we will be on at some point on Saturday, probably later, because I'm busy. I got to drive them around and do stuff. But Polka Dot, where can people find you?
I am on X. I am on Instagram. I am on Etsy. I'm at polka dot _ shop. Soon I should be on Amazon and also Squarespace. I'm waiting on approval from Amazon. They have yet to approve me, but as soon as that's out, we'll make an announcement and all my stuff will be there.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Is that
you,
possibly
Carol?
in connection with a new book coming out?
It is in connection. We've been wanting to be on Amazon for a long time. The first book is Gooseberry Pie. We still have copies of that. It's a sweet little kid's book. The second book, I can't give the title out yet because we're still working on the title, but that should be out in the next month or two. It's a continuation of the story in Gooseberry Pie.
Nice. Cute.
Very cool. Very good. What about you, Carol Brown?
You can find me on X, mostly retweeting all of the work posts with some kind of sassy comment on it. You can also find me on ripperverse.com as one of the article writers. I have a Substack where I talk about writing crafts. So if you're like, man, I want to be a writer, I usually talk about like things like outlining or not outlining on there if that is interesting to you. And then I show up wherever I'm pretty much invited within reason. So.
And Anne is trying to Vanna White your book there.
I was about to say, don't you have a new comic book to talk about?
Oh, we've only got like a couple minutes. I wrote that. If anybody's interested, you can still find it on the website. So there you go.
And Anne's in love with it, and she thinks it should be a whole thing. So
exactly. Cool. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. I like all of the characters. I like how quickly you got down all of the characters, and yet there was still interesting things revealed about the characters as the story went on, even though they were very quickly, hey, here they are. So
thank you.
Yep. It was good. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm trying to bully.
I'm critical. I hate, for the love of the game. So you know that I really mean it when I say I love your book.
Yeah, well, I knew when Anne said she bought a copy, I was like, man, if she doesn't like it, I'm fucked.
Well, good news is I think even Anne wouldn't say, hey, Carol, I hated that if she didn't like it.
No, listen, if you guys are my friends, and you read my book and you think it's trash, please tell me it's trash. Don't do oh, yeah, I read it. No, don't do that. That does me no good. I can't improve as a writer. I've got rhino skin. So if you're if there's something that I wrote where you're kind of I felt like it could have been better this way, tell me. But if you come at me with yeah, you need more gay characters in your book, I'll be telling you where to go with that shit.
Very good. How about you, Amy? Where can people find you? Have you done a podcast in the recentness, or is one coming up?
Once upon a time, in the long time ago of YouTubes, there was podcasts with my sister. But alas, we've not made one in the entire flipping year of 2025.
Okay.
But there's going to be so much yarn in project bags.
Perhaps, hopefully on Mother's Day, we will record a podcast and it will be 8 hours long because we have not recorded it
so save it, Amy, and just dole out pieces of it.
So,
if it's that long.
Yes. In theory, I have a podcast.
Little drips of the new sock product.
It'd be part 1, part 2.
Yes, do it.
In theory, I have a podcast with my sister, Two Sisters and Some Yarn, and I am also a pro-life knitter, where you can find really cool stitch shoppers if you want to save the babies. And if you want to make blankets for babies, please let me know. You can make baby blankets or hats or booties or bibs or whatever floats your little boat, because I volunteer with Let Them Live, and we support mommies who choose life. And I promise we will podcast at some point. We will. I promise at some point. But you can find me on Instagram, Two Sisters Some Yarn, and Pro-Life Knitter. Is me.
Very good. And what about you, Annie?
I do a weekly vlog about knitting.
She actually
and
podcasts
other things.
Weekly.
I managed to do it weekly. Actually, every week I think, what am I going to talk about this week? And then there's always something. And I'm always making something, knitting or spinning or something like that. And Instagram as well. I don't put much on Instagram, but on my stories, I usually put the sea every day on my dog walk, which is quite nice. Some people like to see that every day because it's always different. Every day it's different.
Mm-hmm. That is nice. Very good. Well, friends, thanks for coming. Other friends that are watching, thanks for watching. And we will see you on Saturdays and Knitting Wars will be back in June. So thanks for coming. We'll
Summer
see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.